All right.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bourbon and Blunts. We are back with another episode with GTFO.
That's right. That's get the fuck outside. That's what that means.
Get the fuck outside.
That's what it means, yes. Because there's a little outside part here.
That nobody can see.
Yeah, nobody can see. Yeah. You like that. So, new episode here, everybody. I'm here with my handsome fellow.
That's me.
Mr. Digital Slang.
Hello.
I am Jimmy the J. And we are back with a new episode. Today on the docket, we have our traditional segment of What's Inside You?
What's inside you?
That's right, baby. And then followed up by a simple article. It says by Fox News, cell phone shocker as 97% of kids use their device during school hours and beyond, says study. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then we'll finish it up with our words of wisdom with digital slang. I know you got to get out of here, buddy. So we'll make this quick segment today. And what kind of you got another awesome T-shirt? What do you got there? Adulting would not recommend. Yeah, isn't that funny, man? Where you when you were a kid, you
couldn't wait to be an adult.
Yeah, you romanticize
or be considered an adult.
Right. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna be able to do all these great things. And to be fair, being an adult is fun, but I feel like I'm 15 years old and I don't deserve
mentally.
Yeah. And I'm like, I shouldn't be doing all this type of stuff that I do because I feel like a child.
And a lot of times when you're an adult, you want to be that innocent child that doesnn't have all these
100%.
That doesn't have all these obligations.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely, buddy. So
you always want the other end of the you want to be on the other end of the road.
Yeah, you think the grass is greener on the other side, but a lot of times it's not. So if anybody is young out there listening, hey, listen, enjoy the process. Don't rush things.
No, enjoy that time you have right now.
Exactly.
Because once it's gone, you're going to want to wear this shirt. It's gone. It's time for the shirt.
That's right, buddy. All right, let's hit the button, pal.
It's time for
What's Inside You?
Question number 1.
Give it to me.
If you could be a fictional character, who would you be?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Fictional character. Who would I be? Oh, you know what? I'd be Mighty Max. You ever watch the show Mighty? Well, you were older.
Mighty Max.
Yeah, that was a cartoon when I was on as a kid. It was like an action adventure cartoon, Mighty Max, and he had Virgil. Virgil was like this. They always called him a chicken, but he wasn't a chicken. He was like real intelligent. He was like, I'm a fowl.
I've never even heard of it.
No? Virgil, and there was another big dude. I forget his name now. But yeah, Mighty Max. They would go on all these, adventures and fight monsters and everything. So I'd be Mighty Max. He was a cool kid. Who would you be?
I would want to be someone like Thor.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to travel in space. Back to the alien thing. Like, I want to be able to just get off this planet whenever I want. And
all right.
It's not even about the strength or like the power. Like, I want to be able to like go from world to world.
What about Superman?
Superman doesn't go in space. I mean, he does, but he doesn't go to other worlds a lot.
No?
Superman would be cool.
Okay.
But he's more based on Earth.
But Superman was from another planet.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about picking him too, but I think that's an obvious choice for a lot of people.
I got you.
Thor would be cool because he literally is in space all the time. He's rarely on Earth. Yeah. Right? Like.
Yeah, true. Right. He is basically housed in another world dimension.
Yeah.
Type.
Like even Green Lantern is more in space than Superman.
Yeah. True. He's
like a police of the universe.
Yeah, but Green Lantern was a human being.
He was
on
an
Earth.
Air Force pilot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Did you like the Green Lantern movies with Ryan Reynolds?
It was terrible.
Really? I liked the first one.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining, yeah.
But it wasn't that good.
Did they have a second one?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something different.
No, even he makes fun of that movie because he knows it sucks.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
CGI was terrible.
Yeah, I get it. But I like, whatever.
It was entertaining. Yeah. It was a popcorn movie.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. It was good. Give me a second one.
Where am I? What's the most useless word?
Jawn.
Jawn? Is that even a word?
Yeah, it's said here in like the Philadelphia area.
How do you spell it?
Jawn. You never heard of Jawn?
I've never heard that
You've
word.
never gone over to Philly and seen a bunch of T-shirts with a freaking Wawa emblem that says Jawn underneath?
Never.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Never heard the word Jawn.
Really?
Not once.
Let me get that, Jawn.
No, never heard
Never
of it.
heard that.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, what's that Jawn
I'm
over
gonna
there?
Google it right now.
What's that Jawn over there? Oh, the other thing you need to
Jawn.
Google, what is a cup? A cup is 8 ounces.
Oh, look. Okay, Jawn. There's actually, it's dialect from the U.S. and it literally says in Eastern Pennsylvania.
There you go.
Used to refer to a thing, place, person, or event. So it's used for anything.
There you go.
That's
Actually,
retarded.
that might be a very useful term,
Yeah.
actually, because considering it could be used for anything.
A thing, place, person, or event that one need not or cannot give a real name to. So it's a made-up name. It's a made-up term to give something a name.
I'm going to retract my statement because I'd say Jawn is a very useful term to indicate just about anything.
It's retarded.
By the way, my friend, we were talking about this last podcast. You said, I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day, and you picked this up. Now, just to be clear to everybody out there watching, this is a 16-ounce cup. He was like, this is 1 cup of coffee. I'm like, no, this is 2 cups of coffee. 1 cup is 8 ounces. This technically is a pint. 16 ounces is a pint. 32 ounces is a quart. So look that up there.
I don't think anybody cares.
I care because you were telling me I was wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. I know 100% I'm not wrong.
You're wrong.
All right, my question.
Wait, I got to answer my useless.
Oh, yeah. What do you got?
Balderdash. Balderdash is a useless word.
What does that mean?
It means, I already got it pulled up.
Oh, okay.
It means trivial nonsense. The synonyms of balderdash are trivial nonsense, fiddle-faddle.
Fiddle-faddle. That's fiddle-faddle.
Piffle, a type of bunk, hokum, meaninglessness, nonsense, nonsensicality. Balderdash.
Oh, balderdash.
Well, that's balderdash, Billy. Balderdash. I feel smarter just saying that word.
Yeah, actually, I might actually start using that word every now and then. Balderdash.
Balderdash.
All right, pal. Where is one place in the country you would love to go to right now? This very moment, if you could pack a bag.
In the U.S.?
In the U.S., where would you want to go at this very moment?
Right now.
Right now.
Aspen.
Aspen, Colorado.
Yeah.
Why Aspen?
Because I've always wanted to go there.
You've never been to Aspen?
Never.
Okay. Why all the places in Colorado that are absolutely gorgeous? Why Aspen?
Because it's good for snowboarding.
A lot of snowboarding places in Colorado, arguably better than Aspen.
Maybe, but Aspen is what I've seen in the movies. And,
okay, so all right.
Yeah.
So there's like a you've recognized it obviously in movies.
And I know it's high end.
It is very high end.
Yeah.
Yes.
So high end snowboarding, dinners, parties.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I picture like a Christmas themed town, snow falling, Christmas lights everywhere, mountains in the background. I'm in a jacuzzi.
Yeah. Fair enough, buddy. Oh my God, dude. Well, to answer my question, it would be Colorado. It'd be Colorado, especially this time of year too, because today's October 1st. Right now, there's a lot of fall foliage out there. Very cool out there. Foliage.
Useless word.
And my friend, we would go to Orvis Hot Springs, which is open 24 hours. Now, I would highly recommend that we don't get naked together, but it is clothing optional. And you want to talk about, they have everything from 104-degree hot pools
Really?
to 30-degree cold plunges.
104 degree wouldn't burn you?
I'm sorry, 36 degrees. It'd be freezing.
104 degrees would burn you though, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's a lobster. They call it the lobster tank.
Wouldn't that burn the skin?
No, it doesn't burn the skin. No, but it's hot. They got saunas. Oh, dude, it's like the Garden of Eden, man. Oh my God, we're gonna go.
And it's outside.
All outdoors, open 24 hours.
That would be dope.
Yes.
But yeah, we probably shouldn't get in naked.
A lot of people go naked. You know who goes naked? Take a guess.
Well, you obviously.
No, I don't go naked. Actually,
Skylar?
No,
I don't know anyone else.
About 65-year-old men
Yeah.
go naked.
Yeah, the old people.
Yeah,
balls out.
exactly. It's a great place. It's a lot of fun. Second question: if you could pick between bourbon and beer as your only alcoholic beverage to drink the rest of your life, which one would you choose and why?
Bourbon.
Okay, why?
It's not as filling
Okay.
as beer. Beer is like a meal. beer, I just don't enjoy it that much anymore.
No?
No.
Not even like a nice craft beer?
I hate fucking IPOs.
They're called IPAs.
Exactly. IPO. Isn't the IPO like
I think an IPO has to do with stocks.
I hate hoppy beer.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
What about like a cream ale?
I don't even know what that is. I'm a basic dude. Like I like.
You like Bud Light, don't you?
No, I hate Bud Light. I like Miller Lite. I like Heineken.
It's all the same shit.
Yeah,
it's water.
I'm a Heineken drinker though.
Okay,
yeah.
You're a Heine drinker.
I like Heine.
Okay.
Yeah. But it would be bourbon or whiskey.
Yeah, I would say the same thing for me. I do love beer. When I say love beer, I mean I
love beer.
Maybe less than 10 beers a year.
Beer has, me too. Beer has its place. Like on a hot day, love it. Like if you were outside working and shit, and that's the perfect. Like I wouldn't choose bourbon right then.
No.
Like I'm sweating, I'm working. Like
ice cold beer.
Cold beer.
Yeah, chug that thing.
Yeah, chug it.
I did yesterday. We went to a brewery. It was my buddy's. He's retiring, so we just kind of had a little get together, had some beers, and it was like I said, obviously a brewery, craft beer. I had a Cookies and Queen cream ale. It was very good. And then I did have a couple IPAs.
Cookies and Queen.
Cookies and Queen, because they have a couple different. I don't know why the Queen, but they have a couple different. They have like a Silver Queen beer. There's a couple different ones. Pump Queen is another one they have.
Been to a bunch of breweries, and I've tried different IPAs, and I just don't like hoppy.
Yeah, I get it. I used to not like hoppy beers either,
and
now I'm for whatever reason. I guess you drink it enough, you try it enough.
It's like red wine. Like when you first start drinking wine, it's very hard to get like you comfortable with a dry wine.
Right, you probably start super sweet, and then you bring yourself back. Yeah, that was my progression. Yeah, absolutely. I would go with bourbon too, for the fact that I don't, I can have 1, ounce and a half, 2 ounces of bourbon, be at a perfect place. Yeah. Don't feel super full.
No, you don't feel full at all.
Exactly.
Like I could just sip it.
Sip it. It's nice and
beers. I gotta down. Well, I don't gotta down it, but I gotta drink it.
I hate when beer gets warm. That's why
it's not good.
I know. That's why I basically chug it.
Yeah, it's not good. Warm beer is terrible.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't like. And I do like beer in the fall. I like fall beer.
Well, it's always better in the cold.
Yeah, I like it in the fall. So, like Pumpkin. Pumpkin is a good beer you buy in stores.
Like the perfect place to drink beer?
Yeah.
Tailgating. Like before a football game.
That's not my jam.
Well, I don't do it either, but that's like the perfect place to do it.
I get it.
Like I'm not going to be drinking bourbon before I go into a football game.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to want down a beer out of a keg. You know what I mean?
I get it, buddy. I get it. All right, was that the second question?
That was the second question.
Yeah, the second question. All right, let's switch gears, my friend. So one of the things that is very common in today's world is obviously technology, obviously cell phones, and especially cell phones amongst young people.
We talk about this with the Apple and the brands, and
yeah. But you figure my generation, you're the generation ahead of me.
Yeah.
You didn't know what it was like at all to grow up. You didn't have any of that. No. My generation is probably the last generation to grow up without cell phones, but also be young enough to understand it and get it at a relatively I didn't start texting until I was like 22 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the friggin' when I was 21, couldn't tell you what a text message was. And now you have young people, generations after me, don't know what it's like to grow up without it. Right. And you can see, I mean, you're not in that type of sector in your work day, but you can see how it really negatively affects young people.
Not just young people. I see all people. I mean, you go to a restaurant, just walk into a restaurant. Dude. There's a family there sitting there, all four of them, the young, the old, and the middle. They're all on the phone. Man. Yeah. Not even talking,
dude. And, so there's a lot of data that's starting to come out. You have adolescent populations today are some of the fastest growing populations in the U.S. with anxiety and depression. It's multifaceted, but, I mean, arguably the biggest factor to this is basically growing up with a drug in your hand constantly.
It's addicting. It is addicting.
And it's designed to be addicting. Yeah. And according to Fox News, cell phone shocker as 97% of kids use their device during school hours and beyond, says study. So let's just kind of summarize this up a little bit. We'll dive into it and we'll wrap it up. A new study conducted by Common Sense Media reveals a significant and often concerning impact of smartphone usage amongst young people aged 11 to 17. The research found that smartphones have become a constant companion for their age group, with children spending a median of 4.5 hours per day on their phones, and some using them for up to 16 hours daily, dude.
Yeah, I believe that.
Most teenagers check their phones frequently, ranging from 2 to a staggering 498 times per day, and adolescents often check them over 100 times daily. The study also uncovered that smartphones were used extensively during school hours, with 97% of kids using them in school and nearly 60% using them between midnight and 5 a.m. on school nights. Social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat consumed a significant portion of screen time, with YouTube and gaming following closely. Notifications were abundant, with over 50% of kids receiving up to 4,500 notifications daily, some occurring during school hours. Now, I'm sure there's people out there that are listening that are like, well, why don't you stop it in schools? Why don't you take it away? Let me tell you something. It is basically impossible, because every single student, statistically, right? I mean, there's kids that don't have, even in high school, there's still some kids that really don't have phones, but that's basically few and far between. And I will say in this area, let's say, right, the area that we live in, I can't speak for the whole country, but from all the schools that I know, basically every kid has one.
I couldn't imagine what it would be like. I went through, I didn't get a phone until my 30s.
Right.
Like, they didn't exist. Only rich people could afford phones when I was in my late 20s.
Right.
Like, rich.
Yeah, and now every kid has a smartphone, right?
Yeah.
And it is addicting, and it is like a freaking plague. And it's impossible. And then the other thing is, like, you try to take it away, and then the kids are crying, complaining. And what is worse is that the parents also, they enable this type of behavior because, like, well, why'd you take this away from my kid? My kid needs a cell phone. I need to be able to get a hold of them. And it's like
a crutch. I know people that if you take their phone away, like, anxiety and stress, like, they literally can't function without it.
Dude.
I know someone like that.
Oh, yeah. Ready? So I teach at a collegiate level. I had a college student, a full-grown woman, and I was talking about cell phones. It was like the first or second day of the semester. And, cell phone rules in my class. Like, I'm very strict, especially at the university level. And she came up to me after class, and she was like, I need to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay, what's up? She's like, I get so much anxiety when I don't have my phone. I have got to check. This is what she's telling me, dude. She's like, I have to check my phone. I was like, well, listen to me. I can't relate to you. I said, however, there's certain responsibilities that we have to do in this class. There are certain expectations. And if you can't meet these expectations, then that's fine. Like, nobody's forcing you to be here. Dude, the next week she dropped the class.
Really?
Yeah. Like, she was that.
Wow.
She's like, I get anxiety when I can't check it. And I could say it in her. And this is a full-grown woman. Imagine a 15-year-old. And now not every single person has a problem like that, but this is the types of behavior, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. One concerning aspect of the study was the use of apps with mature or adult-only ratings, including porn sites, fantasy sports, and betting apps. By a significant portion of participants, more than 2/3 of the participants found managing their technology use difficult and reporting using it to escape negative feelings. Oh, interesting. So again, we talked about this before, dude. Pleasure and pain run on the same pathways of the brain. When you're in a lot of pleasure, not a lot of pain. When you're in pain, not a lot of pleasure.
But that's why phones are so addicting, because everything with the phones is pleasure based.
It's all pleasure based.
Oh, look at me, or look what I'm doing, or look how great I look, or look where I'm at.
Yes.
It's all social media and just showing the best of who you are, and watching the best of other people.
And then when you're scrolling and you're watching and looking at other content, it fucking just constantly keeps pushing the dopamine button in the brain. Constantly dopamine. So then when you put it away, now imagine
You're missing it.
You put it away, and it's like, I don't feel right now.
No, you're missing it.
Right. So I'm like, oh, let me just
something is lacking.
Right. Let me just check my phone, and like, oh, nothing. And then you start finding you're just checking your phone just to fucking check it. Yeah. And why are you checking it? Because you're trying to see like, oh, am I going to get a dopamine dump? Am I going to be able to get my little dopamine fix?
You're looking
to
for
where
somebody commented on my picture.
I got a like.
Yes.
You know, like that's the type of behavior. And then it's like the slot machine too, where it's like just the constant like scrolling aimlessly, hoping for the next thing to pop up that's going to make you feel good.
I get it. When I post a video and the video does very well, I'm constantly checking to see how many more views I get.
We're all guilty
for that video. Yeah,
we're all guilty, dude. But the point of this is, it's like now we're giving this. I mean, we've been giving this to children, and then people sit back and wonder, like, what's wrong with our youth? Why are they so messed up? Why are they so depressed or have so much anxiety or this or that? And it's like
they don't know how to handle.
Like you're giving them the fucking drug.
Yeah. The problem is when something bad happens or something difficult happens, they don't know how to deal with it because everything is like internet based and not real. First of all, and you're just seeing the best of everything. There's no downside. Like every now and then you get somebody that posts a picture about somebody that passed away and it's all sad. And,
right.
But even with that, like somebody's like, you get strangers that just say, "Oh, I'm here with you." No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not.
Right. That's a great perspective. Yeah. That's the other point to that, dude. It's like when I talk to a lot of young people, it's like, well, it's a way for me to be connected. I understand that is the perception that you have, that you're connected to your friends, but that actually you're not connected. You're very disconnected. What you're connected with is a screen. You're not connecting socially, looking at social cues from another human being, interacting specifically with another human being, being able to communicate, look somebody in the eye, talk with them, read their body language, all this sort of stuff. You're only interacting with the screen with the perception that you're actually interacting and being connected. It's very disconnected.
It's different because then once you're with someone in person, you don't know how to talk to them.
Well, that's part of the problem too.
That's why people are even people that are hanging out are on their phones texting each other sometimes. They're literally texting each other.
Dude, I've seen that type of behavior, right? Let's see. Experts warn that excessive smartphone usage can hinder face-to-face interactions, problem-solving skills, and self-esteem. Therapists advise parents to delay smartphone access for as long as possible and carefully monitor their children's digital content to ensure age-appropriate and safe use. Some experts recommend kid-safe smarter phones as an alternative to traditional smartphones. It's crucial for parents to understand the impact of smartphones on their children's lives and take steps to mitigate potential negative consequences, including limiting screen time and providing guidance on responsible technology use. The study, which focused on Android phone users, aimed to shed light on the nuanced relationships young people have with their smartphones, and it serves as a reminder of the challenges and risks associated with widespread use of mobile devices amongst youth today. And, I think at this point, with the advancement of technology, the rapid use of it everywhere, I think it's important for parents to recognize the dangers in this. And I'm not saying to not have access to it, but man, you got to really, really regulate that type of behavior.
There should be a penalty, like flogging.
What if your kid uses it more than like 5 hours a week?
Flog that motherfucker. Flog him.
But it's like, when I interact with, basically everybody in my life has children. And when I interact with their kids, it's incredible to me how well advanced the children are who don't use smartphones. So when I interact with my friends' kids that, aren't on technology, they're like pretty with it. Like they can talk. When I say talk to you, I'm talking about like a 4-year-old having a full-blown adult conversation with you.
No, there are some smart kids.
And it's not even just that they're smart. They're just like socially aware. They have good social, emotional
they're not
intelligence.
Socially awkward.
Exactly. And then you interact with, now again, I'm speaking absolutely, it's not across the board, but you interact with a lot of other kids that are constantly on their phone. And let me tell you something. Strange.
Yeah.
And when I say strange, can't look at you in the eye, can't even bother to get up off the couch to say hi to you. Super awkward. Some of them are transgender now. And it's just like, wait a minute, where?
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole other topic. I'm just saying, I know several kids like that. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not disparaging them as human beings. I'm just saying it's like, where is this behavior coming from? Oh, wait a minute. You're stuck on your phone all day long doing God knows what. Not only you're doing that on your free time, but you're also doing this in school. And you can't even fucking regulate it in school. Yeah. It's almost impossible because you try to regulate it as a teacher, and then the kids are complaining, administration's complaining to you, and now parents are complaining to you. It's like, in a way, you're like powerless in a way. So it's baby, I think it's a destructive thing. I think it's a destructive thing amongst youth, and it's very concerning. And, it is no wonder why, people sit back and like, oh, man, what's wrong with our youth today? Like, there's a reason for it. And maybe it's something that we're actually giving our children, and maybe we need to start doing a little bit better job of regulating some of these things. And one last final thought of this. I understand why parents would want to give their kids technology. It is a great babysitter. Right? It's a great babysitter. You have a kid that's misbehaving,
here's a tablet.
Here. And then they're watching. And then shut the hell up. Parents can have a good conversation. They can talk through their night. But my position is like, hey, listen, like you chose to be a parent. Or maybe you didn't choose it. It just happened. But you're a parent now. And like, take care of your damn responsibility. Like, there's a responsibility. And I would imagine it's probably the hardest job in the world. But damn it, you signed up for it somewhere. So you got to fucking take care of it, because wouldn't you want to put forward the best product out there into the world that can hopefully make things better? And how to do that? Well, wouldn't you want to raise a child that's, hey, has great social emotional skills, great work ethic, can communicate with people, has just good mannerisms, good behavior, like all these like normal things that we would typically value. But then the decisions that we're making when it comes to raising children doesn't align with a lot of the values that people say that they have. So I don't know. I just encourage parents out there, like, hey, pay attention to this, because it can be a very, very destructive advice, and I see it firsthand every day. So, any other thoughts on that, buddy?
No, I'm not going to comment too much on it because I'm not a parent.
I'm not a parent either, but I deal with a lot of kids. Yeah. I mean, I've dealt with thousands and thousands of kids at this point in my life.
And I'm a tech nerd, so I would definitely give my kids tech. You know what I mean? But I would still make them like put it down, and like if we were at dinner, like no phones. If we're like, I would have rules set in place like flogging.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason why tech entrepreneurs don't give this stuff to their children.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
There would definitely be rules in my house. Shit.
There has to be rules. Yeah. And then the other side of that is you do have to teach them how to properly navigate it as well. Like there's learning, like they're going to use it. So it's like, where is the line now where, okay, you got to learn how to use this, but at what age, like there's...
I would teach them exactly how to get on the dark web and do everything right. Everything has to be done properly. Use a VPN.
Yeah, do how to, teach them how to do credit card scans.
This is how you hack banks. Do the right stuff.
Yeah, right. All right, buddy, let's wrap this up.
Words of wisdom with digital slang. Habits develop in the character. Character is the result of our mental attitude and the way we spend our time.
Ooh, character is the way we spend our time, right?
Mental attitude.
Mental attitude and the way we spend our time.
That's right.
That's a good point.
Habits develop into character. So build that habit. Well, hopefully it's a good habit, though.
Yeah. Right, because... Well, either way, habits develop into some type of character.
Yeah, it's going to turn you into a certain type of person.
Exactly. Yeah. So imagine, right? What's your character? We were just talking about cell phones. What's your character if you're sitting there scrolling all day long?
An awkward fuck.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody out there, for listening and watching. Again, if you haven't already, please check out Bourbon and Blunts on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, share. You can also check us out on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can also support monetarily, if you wish, on Spotify for 99 cents per month, up to $9.99. Other than that, everybody, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate yous. We love yous. And adulting would not recommend.
Peace.
Bye.